26, everybody is telling you becoming an appointment setter is the fastest way to make money online, to make your first 3K a month, 5K a month, 10K a month, which it is. It is one of the fastest ways. But if you just get any role or you don't know what you're doing, it is going to be a much slower way because first off, you're just going to get a bunch of people where they're leaving your DMs unopened. They don't want to give you a chance, or you get sold onto this garbage pyramid scheme offer or something that's going to make you less than $1,000 a month. And that's simply not the way to do it anymore, the way everyone else is doing it. The way everyone else tells you, they're going to tell you just go DM a bunch of coaches on Instagram, go to Facebook groups. And yes, you can get roles doing that. But for the most part, if you just rely on that alone, it's often going to take you a lot longer to get a role, and it's going to be a lot harder to find a role that even makes you 2-3K plus a month as an appointment setter. So I've realized pretty recently there's going to be one best method that I would recommend doing before anything else if you want to actually get an appointment setting role. It's what I call the school method. All we're going to do is we are going to join a bunch of free school communities, and we're going to utilize their job boards. Now, of course, you have to have a good Loom. You have to understand how to actually talk to these people, how to pass the interview. You have to learn that sort of thing. But this is going to be one of the fastest ways to get a role. Now, as of last week, I was looking for a new role just because the last role started to go down and I had to keep myself going up and not going down with other people. And I got a new role in just a couple days that was over $5,000 a month. And I could already tell so far, based on what I've done on it, I already have the proof of concept that it is going to be 5K plus a month and can scale me to even 10 to 15K a month for one of my roles. Now, basically one of the things you can do is you can go on Discover, right? Let me load up Discover, and you literally just point several different keywords like appointment setting. You're gonna go here. I mistyped that. Appointment setting. All right. So you go here. There's going to be a bunch of school communities. You want to look up appointment setting. You want to look up remote sales jobs, remote sales roles. You want to look up high ticket sales. You want to look up closing. You want to look up many different things. And you're going to want to do this to free right here. And you're just going to want to start going through these. And you're just going to want to start joining a bunch of them. And just make sure you do the search because some things don't show. So they have different names. Not all of them have appointment settings. Sometimes it's high ticket sales, whatever. So there's a lot of communities. Some of these you're going to notice are private communities that people are just selling you a high ticket sales course with. But I'm going to show you guys the best groups. Appointment setter free, right here. Appointment setting right here. This is going to be one of the best groups you can find. And then a setter academy. Before you start looking, I would go through these three because these are my top. The top ones: daily sales jobs, 7-figure sales, rep select. You can definitely find some through here, and then you can start applying to other things. And you can start looking at some of the other ones. But if I go ahead and just show you, basically you go into these servers. It's going to say job opportunities, and you're going to go here. I would always filter new because you don't want to be accidentally applying to something from 2 weeks ago or from January. I would usually, apply to something 7 days tops. If you run out, you can do a week. Now, there's not going to be a ton. When you first do, you go through a week and you're probably going to apply to a bunch first day. And then second day, you might be applying to like 5 across the day, but you're doing that every single day so you can get a role fast. So it's not going to be a ton of work, I'm going to be honest, after first 2 days after just cleaning up everything that's already been posted. But let me just show you. I was actually talking to this guy when I was looking for my role. I found a better role before then. But for an example, here's one for a $500,000 or a 500,000 follower coach that they actually showed me. And it's a 2,000 to 3,000 a month earning potential is what they're saying, possibly more in training. There's going to be B2B setters, I was actually talking to this guy, but I actually found a better role because he keeps posting trying to find new guys now. Looking for an appointment setter. That guy's looking for one. But you're gonna see a lot of it. Some people put the same thing, looking for an experienced setter. This one could be really good if you already have a setter. So there's gonna be like a lot of these different posts, and you're just gonna do it in every single day. Appointment setting. This simple appointment setting group is one of the best. Check this out. Go here, go to job board, and look at that. All right. Oh, go to new, because again, you don't want 3 days ago popping up first. Looking for high ticket closers. Looking for appointment setting role, hiring 10 phone setters, U.S. home service businesses. So that's dialing. Whether it's DM setting or dialing, you can find them here. And if you can apply to 5 to 10 a day, as many as you can, really. Don't be a bitch. Apply to as many as you can. Now, one of the things I want to mention in some of these servers, some of these people are going to tell you to DM them on school. So let me go ahead and do that. Let me go find one where it says that, where, because like some of these are going to have like an application link, but some of them are going to tell you to DM them on school. But basically, like, if you found someone that doesn't have like an application link, this one does. But sometimes, let's say if you went to their profile to DM them in some of these servers, it's going to say chat like this right here. And that's going to be, it's not going to let you DM them because you have to level up in the server. Now, we need to actually do this with speed. We don't want to just waste time here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly what I would do. For me, I literally just copy and paste this message. I can't DM yet on level 1, so here's the Loom video. Won't want to miss this. Only watch if you want a ruthless setter who went from nearly 17K a month to broke and rebuilding with high ticket sales, 600K cash collected. Now, if you don't have 600K cash collected, you haven't made 17K a month in other sales industries, you don't have any experience, that's completely fine. Just, kind of tailor something like, hey, if you want a ruthless setter who is going to be in the DMs or is going to be dialing all day and outworking everyone else, then it's going to be ruthless. You just want to show that you're going to be that beast. It doesn't matter if you don't have experience. Everyone starts somewhere, right? But you need to just show that you're going to be the guy who can actually handle the pressure, because most people are pussies and most people want to work from the beach all day. And I have a beach literally right in front of me. But I'm still sitting in my apartment working. I'm not going to be like that. I can look at the beach out the window, but that's one of the things. All right, so I'm going to be showing you my Loom video, and I'm going to give you Loom video examples of like how I actually do it, but I'm going to post that in my Telegram group that I'm going to leave here in the link below. And also I'm going to start adding rules. So if you want to get some rules and some applications that you can fill out to help you get a role, I would definitely make sure you join that because it's free. So if you want a role and you don't join this, you're probably not serious about appointment setting. But regardless of that, how this would go is I just make it simple why you should have Matt Sonstrom set for you. I go over experience. If you don't have experience, again, it's going to be different. But you want to, if you don't have experience or just in general, you want to go based on your experience, like, or based on like your situation, based on like why you're a hungry guy, like what's the pain in your life and why you really want to change. So for me, I made the decision to change my life in 2024, went to sell insurance, was a top producer who did 800,000 annual premium in a 9-month period, went broke from lead costs, went to sell solar, never paid. I made 10K comms in 1 month, went back in insurance, no money. And I also mentioned like I was working construction. I just didn't say it here, but I mentioned that in the actual video. And then got into appointment setting in October, made 10K in 52 days, and was on a one-way flight to Thailand. Now have collected 560K with appointment setting, 40K with closing, and that's not even including my own offer. I'm not even gonna lie. But now I'm struggling to find roles that even make me 2K a month. Now I like to say that because it shows like, fuck, I really want a good role, and I really want a good role, and I like to tell them I want a consistent role that I can stay on, Because even if I just want to be on the roll for a month and I always take whatever I can get, like that's going to be the best for me at that moment, I like to like show them that, hey, like I'm just looking for like a consistent offer that I can just level up on one, because they want to see a guy who's going to be there long term, like 6 months, 12 months, not a guy who's going to be there on 2 months. Now, a lot of times I usually am on there for 2 months because I usually get better opportunities and I'm get a lot of people giving me offers. So for me, I like to always keep my options open, but you want to show them that they're going to be consistent. And if you don't have sales experience, again, like tell them something about like something that you tried on for a super long time where you didn't see results, but you didn't quit and you kept going. And if you don't, just make it up. Who cares? Now, what matters is who I am, and that's some of the things. Now, I'll say I'm someone who's going to be on the DMs or dial all night, all day. Time zone doesn't matter, even though I live in Asia. And I'm someone who invests in himself, who's myself has invested over 7,000 in sales coaching, which is something that you should do if you're taking it serious to actually become an appointment setter or a closer, because at the end of the day, the way they see it is, why is this guy going to sell my course? Why should he sell my course or sell my service to somebody about changing their life or making more money when he couldn't even do it himself? And it also just shows that you're taking initiative and that you take this serious. So that's one thing to note. And I tell them that. I'm going to tell them that. I spend 7K on sales coaching, and on full coaching for everything else, spent roughly 30 bands. And I'll just tell them, like, I'm going to do whatever it takes. I don't give a fuck what the obstacle is. I'm going to be that guy. And that's it. That's what. You want to make your Loom video 1-2 minutes. You want to keep it simple. I'm going to go over the interview on another video, but worry about finding these applications on Loom but worry about finding these applications on School and get a fire-ass Loom video, and you will find a role in no time. 2 weeks tops if you have no experience.